What spurred me to make this video is all the Japan travel planning I had and am still having to do for next year. I've been booking hotels using travel portals by Capital One and Chase religiously, and there are certainly some differences I observed. So if that's what you're here for, let's get started. As I always do before getting into the meat of the video, here's some background info. Well, really, it's a hot tip. I personally have Capital One's Venture X card, and my boyfriend has the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So I do all the planning and booking and coordinating. Anyways, so I like to compare both portals before going on a booking affair. And you should too, because pricing can really vary, as well as some valuable benefits that you may want to consider. Some of the examples I'll be showing can be categorized under multiple factors, but I did the best I could to organize them in the best fitting ones. Here are the 5 factors I zoned in on for each merchant. Accessibility, how easy to use is it? Display, how information is organized and the design of the site. Features, distinct properties or functions available. Accuracy, which is precision, error quality, and benefits, which can be special rewards for using the portal. Alright, Capital One. Here's the summary of scores for each category. Overall, I personally preferred Capital One myself. However, everyone's styles and preferences are different, so you can be the judge at the end of this. Going down the list, let's start with accessibility. This might not matter to some folks, but I like that you can directly sign in to the travel portal. You can bookmark this page and access it quickly, rather than logging into the main banking page and scrolling and searching for the travel page. So you might be wondering why I gave it a 4. Well, when you click on the hotel of interest, you get to the bottom of the page, and to scroll, you gotta keep clicking the arrow. One click doesn't show you that many rooms. In an ergonomic, needy world that we live in now, I didn't find this to be helpful to my tendinitis. Display. I gave a 3 out of 5. Results load slowly. Here's me searching for hotels in Tokyo. The number keeps growing, and minutes later, it's still growing. Quite often, photos are missing, which might not be Capital One's issue. Maybe the hotels didn't provide them, but again, it's the slow scrolling that hurt this section. This attribute reduced the visibility of room availability. However, I did favor their more compact showing of room details. When I show Chase's version, you'll see why. Features, 5 out of 5. Capital One wins here. The only minor complaint I have is that it doesn't let you filter hotels by the minimum price. I actually use that feature on other sites because I don't always want to see the bottom ranks. Nevertheless, I thought the utility of the other features showcased on Capital One's portal held more value, like the ability to have multiple concurrent tabs for different hotels I want to compare with each other. For those who find ratings by TravelAdvisor credible, they're synced, and for foreign travel, I find significance in being able to filter results by choosing the area on the map. Some places only allow you to search by city names. Sometimes it's so hard to know city boundaries and proximity to landmarks I want to stay nearby, or for metropolitan lovers, we can more easily view hotels adjacent to train stations and bus lines this way. Accuracy, 4 out of 5. I have seen some errors on their site, but I felt that there were less on Capital One. For example, here's a room titled Superior Queen, which makes me think that there should be a queen bed in the room, but actually a double-sized bed is listed. It does seem like Japan has double-size and queen-size beds, so this maybe is just a mislabel, perhaps. 4 out of 5 for benefits. Capital One usually has lower prices, but I will say that if there's a promotion, that would obviously affect this category. Take this room for example here. Same hotel, same queen room, and dates. For one night, it costs $161, including fees and all that. And at Chase, the same room is going for $217, and that's the sale price. Another example, again, same hotel, same room, and dates. Capital One is charging $280 for both nights, and Chase is selling for $282, but Capital One for the cheaper price is non-refundable, and the refundable one is $3 more. If we compare apples to apples, a refundable $283 room until 3/9 versus $282 refundable room till 3/12, you can take your pick. Price match guarantee is a pretty cool perk in my opinion. Capital One likes to boast, and rightly so, that they'll match lower pricing, and they do that with their flights, which I really like. Earlier, I talked about the portal loading results slowly. Well, there's a reason, I guess, and it's because they have more hotel options at $13.73 in Tokyo compared to Chase's $11.56. Objectively speaking, I would think more people would say hurrah to having access to more hotels, so there's that. And we get to the detail that was a bummer for me, which is 10x points only if you book through the portal. If you purchase the hotel rooms externally with your card, you'll still be eligible for hotel benefits, but you won't be able to get the 10x points back. To me, it's a bit on the restrictive side. Maybe others don't care. It's kind of like Amex requiring users to purchase flights on their portal or the actual airline site, or else you can't get the higher points thing, and I'm not the biggest fan. Chase's travel portal comes right below with these scores on the left. It's very comparable. There are select characteristics I did prefer over Capital One that Capital One did not offer. So overall, I wouldn't say Chase's version is worse in any way. I just didn't think they topped Capital One's quality comprehensively. 4 out of 5 for accessibility, because there wasn't a way to sign in directly to the travel booking section. It does make you log in to the main chase.com page, scroll down till you see travel. Again, not that big of a deal compared to the second bullet, which threw me off a bit. It signs you out way too fast. While doing my own travel bookings, I've had to sign back in, scroll down to click travel again and again and again. I get that high security is important, but it was so much that it was noteworthy and distracting from my booking experience. 5 out of 5 for display. Who doesn't like it when hotel results load faster? I certainly don't dislike it. Overall, Chase's portal has a compact feel. I could imagine people liking that. Check-in and check-out times are clearly noted, something I could not find for hotels under Capital One, no matter where I looked. I later confirmed after speaking with their reps that you can only view this information through the email confirmation after you make your booking. This is my clinician voice speaking. Scrolling is better on your hands than clicking, and I'll tell you why. For victims of carpal tunnel syndrome or tendinitis, the problem tends to be on our dominant hand. And you can certainly switch to your other hand to press down the key to scroll, which is much easier than trying to click repetitively as Capital One's portal requires. Which is why this next detail didn't warrant a point doc, because you can scroll to view all the amenities, although not ideal. Lastly, room details are literally listed one by one, which I felt consumed more space than necessary, and you guys know how I feel about more clicking and more scrolling. I'll acknowledge some people might not mind this though. Features 3 out of 5. I touched on this with Capital One's portal, but in a nutshell, Chase doesn't let you filter results via an area selected on the map, which is a feature I often utilize for all my foreign planning. It also doesn't permit opening multiple tabs, which means you can't toggle between hotels as easily as you would with Capital One. Ideally, I'd love a way to compare hotels side by side, but the fact that I have to click into each one and go back to the search page and click into the others one by one wasn't ergonomical from my purview. Travel advisor ratings are also synced with Chase wherever appropriate. And lastly, there's a chatbot option which was unique between the two portals. However, if you guys watched my credit card customer service review video, you'll know how I feel about chatbots when there's no live human available to assist. It makes you call for assistance by a human, and hey, there's no problem with that. I just haven't found a useful reason to use the chatbot myself. Accuracy was given 3 out of 5 as well. I often found hotel rooms without enough language to give reason for the difference in price. I compared the rules, policies, and cancellations link listed for both of them, and they seem identical to me. The cancellation deadlines are the same, free Wi-Fi in both, but why the different pricing? I don't know. Other times I found room title mismatches. Like this one here notes a double bed in the title, but a full-size bed is listed beneath it, and I've said before, my quick Google search denoted the existence of both sizes in Japan, so I'm not sure what's up with this. This next detail isn't an example of inaccuracy, but more that because of the way the points are listed at Chase, it can lead people to think that Chase has cheaper pricing, when really it's not. As you may already know, the Reserve card gives you 50% more in point value. That means this 18,837 points you're seeing here may seem cheaper if you buy with points, because Capital One's advertising the same room at 20,023 miles. The digits Chase lists is actually your unconverted price, so if you tack on 50% more value, 18,837 points is 28,000, which is compared to Capital One's 28,000, it's pretty similar. I can guess why Chase may have chosen to advertise their points this way, but as the end user, I gotta say it's not the first type of tea I'd choose. Benefits 4 out of 5. On the other hand, guys, I find much more weight in this. Chase offers longer extensions on cancellations. This same room through Chase can be canceled till 3/12 and only till 3/9 with Capital One. And on that same note, if you cancel past their deadline, the fees I've seen are also generally lower than Capital One. I've seen penalties with Chase, but sometimes Capital One will charge you the same amount of your booking, which means they're not all about being nice if you miss their deadline. Lastly, 10x points are only awarded if you book through their portal, but today I noticed a very important word in their advertisement, and it's most. So I guess not all hotels booked through their portal will earn you 10x points back, which is another thing I guess to try to remember. Which portal did you guys like out of the two? Comment below. If you thought this video was helpful in any way, send me a signal with a like so I know how I'm doing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm a new YouTuber trying to improve with every video, and I'd love your support. Subscribe to watch me grow and for more personal finance, personal health, and personal life videos.